Welcome back to my channel, The Vocabulary, and today we are going to study about language. So, right now, I want you to activate your background knowledge of what is language. What do you mean by language? Well, the simplest and easiest answer to this question is a language is spoken or written communication that consists of words. That is, it is the combination of words that is used to be understood by others. So language is what? It is a way of communicating our thoughts, our opinions with others. Now quickly we are going to observe these two images. You are able to see the first image, right? And in this image you are able to see the cats and dogs are falling from the sky, right? Now do you think this image is believable? Can this be a realistic image? No, the answer is no, right? And what about the second image? It is raining heavily and these two kids, they are enjoying with the dog, right? So this is the image that we can imagine that it must be realistic, right? So the first image isn't the realistic one, but the second one is, right? So the image that looks more realistic or that can actually happen is image number 2, because it's actually raining, right? It's actually raining water drops from the sky. Clouds are made up of tiny water droplets. This is the little science that everybody knows, right? So when these droplets grow, they eventually become too heavy to stay suspended in the sky and fall into the ground as rain, right? But the image 1 is not realistic because animals like cats and dogs in this image do not and cannot fall from the sky, right? So clouds are not made up of animals, they are made up of tiny water droplets. But see, there must be a reason that I have used this image 1. Yes, your answer is right. There is a phrase that we use in English that is called raining cats and dogs. Now we'll understand that why someone would want you to have a picture of the first image, raining cats and dogs, in your head, right? So there are some reasons for that. Number 1 is exaggerate how hard it's raining. So see, the writers, they want to make the things something interesting, right? They want to make a point, to be humorous, right? So there are these reasons. That's why the readers and the writers like these things, these kind of stuff, right? To get out a reaction from the readers. That's why we use such a language, to sound it more interesting, to help you create a mental image of an idea he or she, the writer, is trying to bring across, and to make a point. And also the main basic point is to engage you in the reading. Now we'll understand that what is the difference between these two languages. First is the literal language and the second one is figurative language. Now as we are able to see that literal is a very easy word. Literal should be taken as literally, right? Literal language is exactly what it is. That means if I'm saying I like cookies, that means I'm specifying and I'm literally saying that I really like cookies, right? This thing is happening. I actually mean the same thing, right? But yes, if I use any other phrase like your skin is as smooth as silk, so that is what I have exaggerated, that I have put some more emphasis on the words, right? So that is the major difference between literal language and figurative language. So now in this tabular form you are able to see a table that is explaining the major difference between literal language and figurative language. So see, literal language is what? Exactly what it is. That means we say actual words, right? So this literal language is used to describe something that has actually happened. That means what is actually stated, what is actually happening, okay? The real and original meaning of the word, okay? Now figurative language is entirely different. It is a statement or phrase that should not be taken literally, okay? These things, they actually do not happen, actually they are not realistic, they do not exist, but these phrases are really interesting when we use it, when the readers read, when the writers write. They are add a spice into the recipe. So, the easiest and the very easiest meaning of figurative language is that figurative language is when what you say is not exactly what you mean. Okay, it is a very different idea. Figurative language expresses an idea that goes beyond the actual meaning of the words. Okay, so for example, now we are going to take some examples ahead. Now we have this example. I noticed the beautiful flowers in the shop's window display. Right. So this is an example of literal language. It should be taken literally. That means it is the actual meaning. What exactly has happened. Right. The example of figurative language. So the example is the beautiful flowers in the shop's window display caught my eye. So here we are using figurative language. Here the figurative language expresses an idea that goes beyond the actual meaning of the words, right? So here we are actually talking about an expression that the flowers were so beautiful that I could not take off my eye, right? I was just staring there, right? So the easy meaning is this, right? So now we'll understand the easy breakdown of figurative language. Figure is what figuring out. That means what is being actually said. You have to take out that idea from that particular sentence. See, the eye enables us to see and notice things. So it's easy to understand that no one can remove his or her eye. The beautiful flowers, this example, the beautiful flowers in the shop's window display caught my eye. It means that I noticed the beautiful flowers, and like the flowers are so beautiful that they caught my attention. I was just staring them, like they were so beautiful. The beauty is actually described here, that you are unable to take off your eye from that particular view. Now similar to this, we have another example, like the literal language. In literal language, we'll say that my new car was very expensive, or we can say my new car cost me a lot of money, right? But in figurative language, it's like a very entirely different way to say my new car cost me an arm and a leg. Now are you able to analyze the major difference between literal language and figurative language? It is saying that my new car cost me an arm and a length. See, you can't cut off your arm and leg, right? To pay something, to pay your bills. It is extremely difficult to replace the body organs, right? So, however, the notion of something costing an arm and a leg gives us an idea of just how expensive and how valuable the car is, right? So, the easy meaning of this is understood, I hope. So see, in this chapter today we discussed about what is language. It is all about combination of words. It is used to communicate, right? And we also learned the two different languages, literal language and figurative language. Literal language is what you exactly mean, and figurative language is when you say something else and you should mean something else. Okay, not should be taken literally. And also we analyzed 1 2 3 examples of figurative language, and we also got its meaning, right? So I hope you like this video. Keep watching.